Hi everyone, welcome to Yuki Road Homestead. My name's Claire and today we're going to be harvesting some garlic. I'm going to show you how I harvest and store and braid my garlic to last all year. I live in a little rental property at the moment as we find our forever house. And we hope that that forever house has a beautiful garden that we can plant all of our vegetables, because we really want to know where our food comes from and what it's been sprayed with or not sprayed with. And so our next adventure in life will be growing a lot of our own vegetables, fruit, berries. So this is the first time I've ever grown garlic before, and I started off by buying two different varieties. They're both hardneck. Some are quite large and some are quite small. I planted out probably 50 cloves from 4 bulbs of garlic. And so what is amazing is that I will be able to save some of these bulbs that I've grown myself to plant out garlic again next year. The garlic variety that we bought were Master Jack as well as Colossus. So the Colossus is the really big one that you can see there. So you know that your garlic's ready when you've got about 4 to 6 green leaves left and the bottom 3 or 4 leaves are all brown, and you should be able to dig down and find a nice big bulb underneath the ground. I didn't water for about a week before I wanted to harvest. This is just so that the earth comes away from the roots a lot easier. And then you should just be able to pull it out of the soil using a fork just to give it a little bit of a lever. You really don't want to break the stem, because it's really important through the drying process and the curing process to seal up that bulb. And if you break the stem, it can just let in a little bit of extra bacteria that isn't good for long-term storage use. So I've always bought my garlic at the supermarket, and it's so often I'm so let down. Often you'll open up a bulb and there'll be mold growing in there just because you have no idea how long it's been stored for. And so getting fresh garlic from friends is just so amazing. And you can never beat homegrown garlic. Garlic's one of those crops that takes a long time and a lot of patience. So I planted this about 7 months ago. And like I said, I planted over 50 little cloves in my garden, and I just had to water them and watch them. So I grew this in the autumn, and so it survived through all of our frost that we get here in the winter, and now we're at the very end of spring as to when I'm harvesting it. I use garlic every single day, pretty much, mostly in the meals that I cook in the evenings. I will crush it up, chop it up, and cook it down. I also really love to ferment garlic in honey. And so what we do is individually peel all of the cloves and submerge them in honey, and then they slowly ferment. And through that fermentation process, they turn into nearly like candy, and they become really, really sweet and delicious. And you can take this 2 ways. You can eat the cloves, or you can take a spoonful of the honey. And I find that it's amazing for really sore throats, or if you're starting to feel unwell, just having a spoonful of the honey It turns quite watery after it's been fermenting the garlic in it. It's just amazing little immune boost there. As the garlic grows and matures, it'll send up a garlic scape. And the garlic scape is the flower for the garlic plant. And if you want your bulbs to grow really nice and big, it's really important to break off these garlic scapes before they turn to flower. If you want to harvest your own garlic seeds and maybe grow your garlic plants from seed next year, then you can let those garlic scapes keep growing, let them flower, and then save their seeds for the next year. I've never grown garlic from seed. Growing from the cloves is really easy. You've just got to pop them in the ground with their little points pointing upwards and cover them and water them. Maybe one year I'll have a go of growing from seed. When we're thinking about storing them or curing them, it's really important to leave all the dirt on and leave all their leaves and roots on until they dry out, and we want the stems and the leaves to turn brown. And so what I've got here is a shoe rack from Kmart, actually, as a drying rack. You can make your own drying rack if you like. If you've got heaps of space, you can put it in a shed or a garage. We want it to be sheltered from moisture and preferably not have a lot of direct sunlight. This gets a little bit of sunlight in the afternoons as it's on the west side of my home. But here I'm just spacing out each of the bulbs, letting a little bit of airflow come between them. And they'll stay here for a few weeks as the stems dry out and turn brown and the roots wither. After they've done curing, I will cut down their stems and cut off their roots and store them in a nice dark place. Another option for your garlic, and what I did for all of my little garlic cloves, garlic bulbs, is braid them. I know how to braid, but I have yet never braided garlic before. 1, 2, 3, outside over the middle, outside over the middle. 2. I'm gonna go grab another one. Middle. I'm probably doing this completely wrong, but bear with me. Outside to the middle. I'm going to bring this one outside to the middle. Outside to the middle. What have we got so far? It's looking okay. How to wing it. Across to the middle. People at home must be like, oh my God, what is she doing? I'm just going to use those leaves to plait it in. them all together. A dirty looking garlic braid. It's worked. Done. I just needed to tidy up the ends and make it so that maybe I could hang it up once it's dried out using its little tail. I spent my childhood braiding my own hair, so I don't mind plaiting, and this is quite fun. I could only do this with the little skinny bulbs. The big ones were just way too big. The stems were way too thick and hard. So it's much easier with the little ones, with the littler necks. Most of these are the ones that the chickens kept scratching up. So they didn't quite get as big as the other garlic bulbs, which was fine because I was quite happy to be able to have a braid. And I might hang these in my kitchen once they're dried. It also would make a really beautiful Christmas present. Thanks for watching today. If you want to follow along on our homesteading journey and some renovations that are coming up on our new home, remember to hit like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.